Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Alright, we got another video. This one is called Why ASAP Rocky is Facing 24 Years in Prison. I haven't heard about ASAP Rocky in what? Ever since he got Rihanna pregnant, I haven't heard nothing about ASAP Rocky. Is that crazy?
TikTok's back, I guess. So what better way to kick things off than with the story? The story of why ASAP Rocky got arrested for attempted... Y'all ain't know ASAP Rocky facing 25 years? Damn. What is what happened? Now, first things first, for those of you that don't know, his name isn't ASAP Rocky. His name is Rocky. Well, his name is Rakim, but his stage name is Rocky. ASAP is the group he's a part of. Here's ASAP Yams, ASAP Ferg, and a couple other ASAP folk. And hey, this guy's also...
That's ASAP Yams right there. ASAP... yeah, ASAP Yams. ASAP Yams. Ferg... RPMs.
ASAP Yams, ASAP Ferg, and a couple other ASAP folk. And hey, this guy's also part of the group. His name is ASAP Relly, but he's the guy ASAP Rocky allegedly... I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, you just said they was part of the same group. ASAP, I know what I said, but that don't change the facts though. Because you see, ASAP Rocky had a problem. He was always the face of the ASAP crew and all its affiliates. Hey look, it's Playboy Cardi who got his career started as being an ASAP affiliate. Now, ASAP Rocky, when you're the face of the crew, people always sort of look to you to provide. Because yeah, you Mr. Money Boy now. So some people in your group are just kind of going to expect you to make the big purchases for your friends, you know? And that's how this whole thing began. In ASAP Relly's words, the guy who ASAP Rocky allegedly, he said, look, our friend passed away, another ASAP crew member. I figured ASAP Rocky was going to pay for the funeral. When I found out he didn't, I texted him saying, look, you changed, bro. But he says, uh-oh, ASAP Rocky ain't texting back. He's saying all this in court, by the way. He said, ASAP Rocky ain't texting back, so I got a little heated. He said, then Rocky and I eventually get on the phone, and ASAP Rocky talking about something. I was going to say something to you, but they told me if you got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, so I ain't say nothing to you. He said, what? So ASAP Rocky said that's when their relationship like pretty much soured. Then later on, ASAP Rocky hits him up saying, yo, you in LA? Relly said, yeah, I'm in LA. ASAP Rocky said, what hotel you at? ASAP Relly said, I ain't like how he said that. So I gave him a different hotel. ASAP Relly says they eventually meet up. And here's where things start to get wicked. Now there's video surveillance of almost everything that happens next. And that's important. So I need you to listen closely. So you see Relly allegedly walking up to an alleged, just pretend I'm saying allegedly after everything. So you see Relly walking up to ASAP Rocky. They get in a little scuffle. Relly says at this point he was shocked because he thought they was just gonna talk. He says he knows ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky is not really, you know, that knuck and buck type. And that's very important to the story as well because ASAP Rocky is known to be a fashion boy, not really a violent type in his own words as well. ASAP Rocky also had two other members of the ASAP crew behind him. Now, they all know each other. So the other ASAP members were just standing there. They're like, oh, damn. ASAP Rocky then pushes ASAP Relly out of the camera range. The other members of the ASAP crew jump in to separate them. They're like, no, y'all doing too much. Now remember, they were out of the camera range on this side. When the other crew members came to separate them, they start pushing Relly back in the camera range. ASAP Rocky then comes back in the camera range and starts reaching in his waistband. Then visibly pulls out a ting. But then they go out the camera range on this side. Remember what I just said. ASAP Rocky, the fashion boy. So ASAP Relly like, bro, I known you since you're not gonna do nothing. Well, he was right. ASAP Rocky didn't do anything. ASAP Rocky walks back in the camera range. You see him put the ting away. And ASAP Relly says himself, Rocky did nothing at that point. Because here's where things start to get wickeder. ASAP Rocky is walking away. ASAP Relly says, okay, at this point, I was a little mad. ASAP Relly basically starts telling Rocky you a sellout. You got a little money and you switched up on your boys. You got some of your boys still in the projects. He said one of our boys addicted to, I think it's this group member he was talking about, addicted to, and you ain't help him out, Rocky. He says this is when Rocky lost it. Turns around and starts letting them things go. He said at this point, he started jumping behind other group members talking about, oh, that boy Rocky busted. He said then one of his knuckles got grazed, but that was it, and everybody scattered. They allegedly have this part on video too, but it's super blurry. Now, here's the issue. Half of that story was caught on camera, but the other half, the important parts, were just the word of ASAP Relly. So let's go back to earlier in the story. Remember, this whole thing started because ASAP Relly said, ASAP Rocky, you didn't pay for our boy's funeral arrangements. You switched up. Well, it turns out ASAP Rocky did pay for the funeral arrangements. ASAP Relly goes, oh yeah, ASAP Rocky did pay for the funeral arrangements. But I found out after we already started arguing. Does that make sense? ASAP Relly thought ASAP Rocky didn't pay for their friend's funeral arrangements, so they started arguing. Somebody probably hit up ASAP Relly earlier talking about, bro, you look stupid. He did pay for the funeral arrangements. But at this point, too much stuff has been said. They're already arguing. Why am I telling you this? Because in court, ASAP...
That's crazy. Because after the fact that he knew, I mean, it doesn't take much just to say, I apologize on my bad. I did not know that you paid for the funeral. Like, to find out after the fact, even after you said everything, that you still just gonna go ahead and go with it. Like, after you figured out that he did pay for the funeral, you still want to continue and argue with the man?
ASAP Rocky's lawyers basically want to prove that ASAP Rocky's a pretty decent guy and ASAP Relly is just a jealous, hating friend that wants to start stuff for money. The police said, hating friend this, hating friend that. If ASAP Rocky let them things go in broad daylight, he going to jail. ASAP Rocky's lawyer then starts to pop off. He says, well, for one, the only person saying that ASAP Rocky, somebody, is ASAP Relly, the jealous friend. Nobody else said nothing. For two, police. When y'all went to the scene, did y'all find any evidence? The police said, no, we didn't find any evidence. But then, this part's important, ASAP Relly himself goes back to the scene and finds shell casings as evidence and gives them to you. The police said, yeah, that is what happened. And honestly, that in itself is so ridiculous, it'll probably be enough to get ASAP Rocky out of jail. ASAP Relly heard they ain't find any evidence, so he went back to the scene and says, police, I found evidence here. On top of that, the police raided ASAP Rocky's home because an alleged is very serious, and they found, but they were registered, and they didn't help the case, meaning those maybe didn't match the one used in the whole altercation. On top of that, the judge starts to get a little sarcastic with ASAP Relly because ASAP Relly didn't report any of this happen until a few days later. And remember, he said he got, so the judge is like, you got... ASAP Relly's like, yeah, my knuckles got grazed. The judge is like, wow, I'm so glad you're safe. But all of that being said, that don't mean ASAP Rocky ain't do this. And that's why there's going to be a trial, because an altercation did happen on camera, so it's up to a jury to decide. Side note, ASAP Relly is also suing ASAP Rocky for $25,000, like saying emotional damage and stuff like that. And that's why ASAP Rocky's lawyer is saying, yo, he's doing all of this for money. But at the end of the day, a trial hasn't happened yet, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what a jury decides.
So all this happened because...
But at the end of the...
All this happened because of all this happened because of miscommunication, basically. It was just miscommunication. And it's never too late to fix something. It's never too late. Well, in hindsight it is, but technically in this situation, it was never too late to fix anything.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. There'll never be a lonely, lonely night again. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. There'll never be a lonely, lonely night again. Thank you for your love.